Previously on Balls.
Yeah, Glenn and Kate and everybody who's talking about soccer players that dive. Doesn't matter which team. You've got to take teams out of it. Everyone's doing it. They must stop.
I
Simple as
know.
that.
I mean, I'll be the first to say that Suarez irritates me.
They all try and cheat the refs to get penalties that they don't deserve.
My only concern is that all the refs look at Suarez, but no one else. That's the reason why I'm bringing it up, is because Suarez will be the first one to say, "Oh, look, he dived," and the refs will do something about it. Sort of like, but oh, come on.
Just check it after the fact. In fact, Naas Botha will tell you the best country ever. I think they actually started this whole thing, Naas. In Italy, when you played rugby there, didn't they used to put up a list of people that were caught either dirty play or stuff like that on a Thursday the following week, and these people got suspended?
Yeah, they just give you a fax. Or they give the club a fax and say, okay, these guys aren't supposed to play the next week, and that's the end of it.
There we go. That's the way it should be done. That's what soccer should do as well. They should look at all the... And I think also in Italy, it wasn't necessarily the benefit of TV replays or anything either to check afterwards. They just got it from watching the games, right?
Yeah.
Soccer should do that. They have all this footage they can go through, and they find someone cheating. Give him a 2-month suspension, then let's see how many people will dive. Right, Naas?
For sure. I'm telling you, you'll stop it immediately.
That's why I'm really excited about if Sepp Blatter will ever allow the challenge coming into football. Because if they could challenge decisions made, you know how they're going to stop people diving and taking chances then, because TV technology will sort it out. In the same instance, I just wonder how effective Richie McCaw would be once the challenges start coming into rugby.
I still believe he's going to be very effective, because if you take some of the situations, sometimes I'm a little bit surprised at him, because he actually played the letter, the rule to the letter. That means if you make the tackle, you can play from any side, and he does on a number of occasions. Sometimes he just moves away a little bit slower than the normal guy, and then they pick it up quite quickly, and then they say, listen, that's too slow, you need to move a little faster. But according to him, and the law allows that, if you make a tackle, you can come in from the wrong side. If you made the tackle, nobody else.
Yeah. All right, I'm being a little bit facetious there. He's a great rugby player. Just chatting to John Mitchell about the merits of keeping him in cotton wool for another 3 and a bit years before, well, in fact, it's just under 3 years now before the next World Cup. Do you think that's going to work?
All I can say to you, one thing that I didn't, what I hardly could believe, is that he played 112 internationals for New Zealand, and he only lost 12.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. It's a record that I think a lot of players would be very proud of, but unfortunately they're not going to, because they're losing more often than they win.
The only record I know that might be better than that is your record playing against Transvaal.
No, but okay, at least I lost one, but I only played 43 games against him.
All right, well, nice to chat to you again, Naas. And yeah, I think probably there was a lot of passionate South African emotion going into the game, and with it being in Soweto and 80,000 people there, I think that carried a lot of South Africans, particularly after the game against Australia the week before. We got a little bit of a wake-up call against the All Blacks, particularly in that second half.
Yeah, Darren, but I think it was on the cards, and I'm not going to try and play clever today. It was on the cards because, let's be honest, Australia wasn't really up to it the week before, and 31-8 against them was a great game, but it wasn't the best game. And yes, we did play well, but we should have looked a little bit closer to who we played against, and they were just not good enough. But what happened on the weekend? To be honest, I totally agree with your attitude. It's a little bit of a wake-up call. And the thing is, it's not about losing on the weekend against New Zealand. It's about the kind of rugby we're playing. I've been actually going out and watch a number of the Currie Cup games. And to be honest, and I watched the ITM Cup in New Zealand. And they definitely play a different brand of rugby. Here we see how quickly we can get rid of the ball. There they see how many times they can put the next player in a better position, or in a scoring position, or run off each other, or the lock pass and the flip pass, and whatever. Their attitude is always to see if they can create something first before they kick it away. Our attitude is, doesn't matter who we pick, and we've seen it now in the last how many internationals, is we tend to kick it away. If you think about the first half on the weekend, I thought we actually did quite well. But what really surprised me, New Zealand came out and they did nothing. They just absorbed the pressure, and they waited for us, and they waited for us, and they waited for us. And that was very evident and clear to see on the weekend. They were just sitting back and say, let him not score too many points against us, and we'll be fine. And that's actually what happened in the second half. But what worries me is the second half, as soon as we felt the pressure, we started the kicking game again. And that's the worrying aspect for me, is that we have to, from primary school, and ask me, I've been a little bit with high school coaching and whatever, we'll have to change our attitude. That kind of game, it's not good anymore. That's the end of it.
We were chatting to some people last week, and the way I could see it was which players and which teams have what they use as their default. And I think, as you say now, you get some players, they get the ball, and if their default is first to look at what options they've got before, and look, you've got to do this quickly, but they look at their options and make a decision based on what's available to them, where sometimes it just seems that at the moment our immediate default is to try and kick it away. Yes, the idea is to put the other team under pressure, although we're not executing it that way. It's not putting the other team under pressure, and that's where it's going wrong. Would you say that's fairly accurate?
Yeah, definitely. You can't sum it up better, because that's the problem at the moment. It's not, we execute something, but if you think about it, and we've been talking about it for a number of years now, we don't think, and I don't mean it badly.
No, I know what you mean.
We don't think tactically strong in this country. We take the ball and we kick it downfield now. And I hope a lot of people do appreciate what Dan Carter did on the weekend. Look at his tactical kicking. He makes two players move at least 15 meters to get to the ball. We kick it straight downfield, straight to the fullback. We showed it at halftime on the weekend. Dak got it on the touchline. They had 3 players already on the inside, and they went and scored from there. We hardly counter-attack. We've said it on a number of occasions. Our fullbacks get the ball, run forward. They either kick or they get tackled.
Yeah.
Because nobody else comes back and support them. So it's not always the fullback. It's everybody else is sort of waiting for the fullback to get to them instead of they going back and assist at the back. There's so many things if we that we need to start looking at. And I'll watch a number of trainings even from the primary school and whatever this year. The thing that they do at primary school is the ball is going to the biggest guy, and he must run through 15 other guys. There's no skill involved. Even if you're the smallest guy, if you're the most skillful guy, you're actually contributing more than anybody else. But if I don't allow you, Darren, to contribute, then it doesn't matter. Then we can have 15. I always say you can have 15 Donny Gerbers on the rugby field. If you don't put him in a better position,
he's not going to have any effect.
Yeah.
All right, but having said that, and I also mentioned a bit, whatever happens in the game, we've got players that have to come back into the side. It's still early days, and the way the forwards are particularly playing at the moment as well. There are very positive signs, and people must still stay behind the side because those are things that can be worked on. So, the side will go places.
No, that's not the debating point. We've got the players. We've got the juniors. They proved it in June. They proved it. We've got high school. We had the high school team playing France, England, and Wales the other day. They beat them 3 games in a week. All I'm saying is we've got that. But Darren, we need to really reassess how we play the game. You can bring in Skalkberger. You can bring in whoever. If we don't change and let them play, and I'm serious, let them play the game, then I don't care who you bring in. We're going to have the same results. That's the thing that worries me.
All right, look, the other thing, I know you in the studio, and you can watch a guy on TV and you can spot immediately where things might be going wrong from a kicking point of view, because everyone's going, our kickers have gone down the tubes. It's not. It's literally a matter of like a couple of fractions of a millimeter one way or the other, which can make a big difference in a kick. And it always amazes me why they don't. They know that guys like yourself, they know that a guy like Mornay has worked with Flock for so many years, that all these people are available to them. Have they ever called on you and go, hey, listen, have you noticed anything wrong? Or because clearly there is something. I mean, it's not conditions that are causing us to miss so many kicks at goal. But after a few weeks, you want to call in as many people as possible to say, hey, listen, what do you think? Or where do you think it's going wrong?
Yeah, but Darren, just looking at the weekend, and the thing is, there's a number of issues that they definitely need to revisit, especially kicking wise. The guys' hips are dropping. Okay, so they're actually doing a little bit more kicking with the leg instead of the hip should be playing a major part in your style and your technique. Okay, they're not doing that. So and it's easy. It's easy because it's a little bit like you're getting on the first tee. The first thing that Ernie Els or whoever will say to you, Darren, is try and stay tall because you're hitting up. You follow? You're bringing your hips in. If you're going to go and you drop your hips, you're actually going to hit your driver into the ground. Okay. Now kicking is precisely the same. And I've been watching the guys, and tactically, what they need to do is if the foot ever goes higher than the knee. Now, if you don't understand it, say it, okay? But if your foot going higher than the knee, the ball will always float. That's why you get the ball when they kick a tactical kick. You'll see they kick it directly into touch. It's only because the technique's wrong.
Yeah,
that's all. It's simple to really fix. But the thing is, if you want to make sure that you get it right, we must actually start at a low level and make sure everybody comes through the same system. But the thing is, and you know that because we've been working together for ages and ages. The sad part is nobody works together in this country.
That's my point. Is
that's for me the biggest problem is the national coach should work with the 5 franchise coaches. And they should assist wherever they can. It's easy. I listened to Heineke Meyer on Supersport now. He said, yeah, but, they let Dan Carter rest and he doesn't play regional games and whatever. And he's a world-class player. We can do the same, but if we then work together.
Yeah.
But we've got structures in place at the moment that doesn't even make sense. You look at the Currie Cup. How can you have a Currie Cup, firstly, without your Springboks? Okay? Secondly, how can you have 8 guys sitting on the bench every week for how many weeks from a Wednesday to a Saturday? They should all play in the Currie Cup when they, especially at home. And that's why we need to start. And this is not to just complain about what happened on the weekend. We're falling behind there because we're not making the better decisions at the moment for the game.
Yeah. But that's my point. There are so many people, I mean, even from Springboks that have just maybe finished, how long was Percy with that side? And my point is, yes, you've got a kicking coach, his name's Louis Kuhn, and whatever, is like, if he's spotting the problem, then it should be getting sorted out. You should be telling them exactly what you're saying. Because I think, you should know who the kicker is and where he might be going wrong. It's, as you say, it's like a golf swing. You get on a golf course, there's nothing wrong. If someone asks you, you're going to tell them, listen, I think maybe you're doing this or doing that.
Precisely.
So why would they not say, okay, well, look, even Louis or someone is pick up the phone and say, hey, Naas, have you spotted anything? Or Percy, have you seen anything? Or Flocky, Mornay, where do you think it might be different that he's suddenly struggling? Because then his confidence goes, he misses more, and it just gets worse. As you say, everyone has worked together. It's not like your job's up, is in jeopardy because you might pick up the phone and phone Naas Botha or Percy Montgomery and go, have you seen anything? That's what a professional business should be run like.
Yeah, but you see, there's one thing that we need to fix in this country. Doesn't matter how you look at your soccer scenario, you're looking at your cricket scenario, you're looking at your rugby scenario, hockey, whatever. The national side should be the most important side, and that's the end of it.
Yeah.
Because that is our international marketing tool. There's nothing else. Okay? Where Southern Hemisphere is interested in Super Rugby. Not really the world. But the world is interested in South Africa playing New Zealand, Australia, Argentina, and the rest, and whatever. So whatever we need to do is all systems should be put in place to make sure that everybody make sure that the national side is in place. Now you take, and I'm talking as an outsider, Patrick Lambie played like 8 minutes for the last, I don't know how many months or whatever. Yeah. It would have been a lot better somewhere along the line if you're not really going to use him. Let him rather play in the systems that we've got at the moment. So when you call on him, he's actually sharp. Any player plays himself into shape. And okay, yes, of course, some players play them out of shape, but at least you've got to play yourself. But you can't tell me I'm going to be sharp if I played 8 minutes in 6 weeks. It's totally impossible. That means the system at the moment is then wrong. Then somebody is making a wrong decision somewhere along the line.
Yeah.
But now he will say, yeah, but it's for the national interest. It's not for their national interest because he's not playing. It's Jean-Derek Creer and those guys should have played this last 2 weeks in Currie Cup if they didn't play for the Boks. From the Wednesday, they can be released because we all know from Wednesday on it's only the team. It's the captain and the team. Let the guys rather play. You're going on tour in about 3-4 weeks' time. When are the guys are going to play? If the Bulls, for argument's sake, lose or they come fifth on after this weekend, they finish their rugby. Then when are the guys going to play? Then Jean-Derek Creer and those guys are only going to play at the end of the year when they start touring again.
Sure. And
so
then they're rusty again.
Precisely, and then you and me will hear again, yeah, but I haven't played enough. Now, we don't make those calls.
Yeah.
Or they're rusty, as you just mentioned, or they're inexperienced or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm worried about, not about the team and the players and whatever. We can fix that. We need to make more rugby decisions that can suit South African rugby because we've got the talent to be either number 1 or 2 in the world. And I think after the weekend, we realized we're not even close to a number 2.
Yeah. All right, now, so we'll leave it there. As always, great to hear your thoughts about where South African rugby is at the moment. Thanks a lot for joining us. And listen, by the way, before we let you go, I just wanted to chat. I know, obviously, you were there last Monday with Corrie's funeral. And there's I know that a lot of people.
And I must be honest. I must say to you that was one hell of a tribute that you gave. To be honest, I actually wanted to just slipped my mind, but I wanted to phone you and say,
no, thank you.
Absolutely fantastic.
No need to mention it at all.
Yeah,
What I did want to ask you about, though, and I know a lot of guys and friends of his, we all know obviously how much Corrie loved his golf. And if there's been a lot of talk and stuff about maybe a golf day or two, but have you heard anything? Is there anything been planned, or do you know? Because I know that you very much, you will be very much involved if there is something like that.
No, I spoke to Collie, and we're going to. I think we just wanted to get the internationals away, out of our way. In any case, I'll speak to them during this week. In any case, and sit and plan and at least do something, but proper for the kids for their future.
For the family, absolutely. Well, just let us know what. Please keep us posted, and we'll happily pass it on as well. And love to be involved. Thanks a lot, Naas.
Thank you, Naas.
Thanks, Naas.
Chat you later, my friend.
welcome.
Cheers. Bye-bye.
Okay,
Bye. There we go. Naas Botha joining us on almost said Boots and all on Balls Radio today.
It's lovely, like old times.
Oh, that was incredible
always
to
great
listen
insights
to.
because he's passionate, and that is something I could never understand. We used to sit in the studio sometimes, and I would go, but he spotted it.
Yes.
He spotted it. It makes perfect sense. He's got a cell phone there. Why can't he just send an SMS going, hey, he's putting his foot down wrong, or he's doing that? I mean, the guy is a legendary kicker.
Yeah.
But everyone gets so, oh no, don't interfere with our side. We've got someone to do the job.
Yeah, exactly.
He's not there to try and usurp anyone or take anyone's place.
Yeah.
Sure.
But if someone spots something, then let him point it out. If I was the coach,
But isn't that good
I
old
would have one
teamwork?
of my handlers and assistants sitting there
Yes.
and get as many guys as possible going, listen, if you see anything that is glaringly wrong or something,
Put your hand up.
then just drop us an SMS or let us know.
Yeah.
It's like, you spotted this or spotted that. I think it would be awesome for a kicker if he is struggling. He comes off the field going, what the hell am I doing wrong? It's like you're on a golf course. You can't get the ball straight. Sometimes people are like, I'm not going to ask anyone, you know. But the thing is, there's nothing. A kicker comes, hey, listen, Naas spotted it. You're doing, just try that. Boom. From your kicking coach.
Yes.
There it is. Everyone's working together after the game. Hey, thanks, Naas. Boom. Sorted it out. It's all in the national interest. I don't know why that becomes such an issue in this country, but it is.
It's funny.
Ridiculous.
Anyway.
Is it insecurity?
Eh?
Insecurity?
I think sometimes it is about hierarchy, and I know we have somebody for the job. We've got somebody whose job it is to do that. Well, listen, you know, I don't see any
Everyone
reason
needs
why.
help once in a while.
I don't see any reason why people that have been there can't actually share, even if they're sitting thousands of miles away watching the game, because technology says that's what we got. So, yeah.
2 p.m. to 6 p.m. Mondays to Fridays live on balls.co.za. Balls.co.za.